Cedar Mentoring Project is a pan-European project working in a number of different countries. And each one we're looking to partner and work with community centres, schools, and in the UK with mosques. Today was the first pilot project with a mosque in East London, here, Tawheed Mosque. We've worked with 25 kids, 15 to 16-year-olds, had a fantastic session, a lot of energy in there, a lot of buzz. It was a 4-hour session where we broke it down, looking at their aspirations, what they want to achieve in life, looking at their strengths and development points, and then focusing in on a case study which involved building a community centre to deliver services to the community. The first session was about dreams. It was all about their aspirations, what they wanted to achieve in life.
Hi, my name is Hisham and I'd like to be and I'm 15 and I go to first school and I'd like to be a hurricane pilot.
Well, in life I always thought perhaps I'll study the sciences, but that's not always been intrigued to me, so perhaps I'll go into business.
Asians sometimes are seen as being foreign, even though I'm not. So I think being a hurricane pilot will really show that I'm a British citizen and I'd like to give back to the British community.
Right, basically I'm Usman Sheikh, I'm 13 years old and I go to 17th High School in Redbridge. My dream is, after my GCSEs, I want to hopefully become a banker and if possible a footballer.
And what we did as part of that is the mentors, the Cedar professional mentors, talked through their own life experiences as well. You know, their life from 14 years of age onwards and how they got to where they were to help the students kind of piece together the opportunities that are out there. The second session was all about what they thought were their skills and talents. So this is more about looking at your strengths and looking at your development areas. By the end of the session, you could clearly see the students were far more confident in the way they were engaging with their fellow peers and also the way they were engaging with the young enterprise mentors and the Cedar mentors as well. They had clearly kind of grasped this opportunity to kind of almost, to some extent, kind of come out of their shells and really engage and take it as an opportunity. I'm going to use this as an opportunity as a springboard of what I want to do going forward. So very much to see the confidence, the energy, the articulation really coming out amongst both the boys and the girls. The third and final session was the enterprise session, where the case study was the students had to essentially design a community centre that was the purpose of which was to serve the local community.
They've made us like bosses and that we have to make our own business for the community centre, and we've had to manage the income, expendables, and what the sessions there for targeted for the youngest, single parents and elderly.
This allowed the students the opportunity to come up with all kinds of ideas, but also be realistic in terms of the funding and the financials behind the ideas. So the income and expenditure for the community centre and the target market. So the students came up with a lot of different ideas. Some of them are coming up with the ideas of having large garden facilities for the elderly, computer games for the kids, activities for young mothers. Even the idea of having a bingo hall, and many other kind of innovative ideas as well. And so really kind of galvanise the local community around this community centre. And parallel to that was learning how income and expenditure numbers work, because ultimately, any project is only going to be successful if you can fundraise and make it an income-generating unit, a self-sufficient unit. So they had to work out, the kind of income, the kind of expenditure required for such a centre, and how that can be translated into income. So both the ideas and the money, putting that together, to come up with really powerful ideas.
Our budget is coming along fantastic so far.
Whilst the students were crunching the numbers and putting all the ideas together, the Cedar mentors were walking around and essentially providing any advice, answering questions, and inviting them to think increasingly outside the box. So we had a panel of judges, Cedar mentors sat on there, and also representatives of the mosque. And we organised that in a drag and den format. So each of the teams presented for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then it was up to the judges to ask questions, further questions, also up to the audience to ask further questions. So there's a real peer-to-peer engagement there, and then it was for the judges to select a winner. I think what the students really learned at the end of the day was the confidence in their own abilities, and they really understood that look, this is what we can achieve just by a little bit of guidance, a little bit of focus, and working as part of a team. This is what we can achieve.
My confidence is much better, my teamwork is much better, my listening skills, my talking skills are much better.
So that raw sense of achievement at the end, I think that's what I felt that I was taking away with them.